The big day had finally arrived. My lovely bride and I were to be married. After the ceremony was over, we left immediately for our honeymoon. Unlike conventional couples, we chose to go camping. It was different, and we pride ourselves on being different. With the virus running rampant, it's not like beaches or luxurious resorts were an option. Getting into the vehicle, the campsite was not far from the location of our ceremony. The drive took no more than 30 minutes, followed by a 5-mile hike to get to the cabin, where we would be staying. Upon finally arriving, my wife and I began unpacking. It was time to start enjoying a little quality time. I whipped up a nice little dinner that we enjoyed by the light of our fire. After dinner, we went upstairs and did what newly married couples do the night of their wedding. We fell asleep, joking. We made love, falling asleep in each other's arms. Waking up the next day, we heard the sounds of birds chirping and the smell of nature. Last night was amazing. One of the best nights of my life, my wife said. The next day, we went fishing. Also, we enjoyed taking the boat out onto the lake. It was one of the best days I could remember in a long time. My beautiful wife had a blast herself. Again, that night we made love and fell asleep in each other's arms. The third day, we spent inside. After a little morning fun, I was hungry. Untangling myself from her, I got up and said, "I love you," with a kiss on her cheek, and I went downstairs to make breakfast, making all of her favorite foods to serve them to her in bed. "Honey, I don't feel well. I'm going to rest. Hopefully, once I wake up, we can enjoy the rest of the day together." "Sounds good," I tell my wife. "While you rest, I can go catch us some fish for dinner, and when you wake up, we can do something romantic together." Leaving the cabin and gathering all my supplies, I head over to the storage shed. It's still exactly the same as the last time I was here. I set all of my tools on the table and arrange them just so. Once the prep work had been completed, now comes the heavy lifting. Heading upstairs and back into the bedroom, my wife lays there looking as beautiful as always. I scoop her up in my arms and carry her down to my favorite room. Getting her on the table and strapping her down, I went back to the room and snapped her a photo. This will go nicely with my scrapbook of ex-wives. Too bad they're all long forgotten. By everyone else but me, I thought. I always choose someone that has no real friends or family. It's always easier that way because once they disappear, no one really asks questions. Getting into my bag, I retrieve the smelling salts. Breaking one in front of her nose, she wakes up. "Hey, honey, what's going on?" she inquires. I do love this part. I think to myself, what's going on here is you have the honor of being my next victim. "Why are you doing all this?" she yells at me. "Because I enjoy it." Next, I go over to the table and turn on my music and pour myself a drink. Just because I'm at work doesn't mean I can't enjoy myself. Taking a sip of my red wine and savoring the moment, I think, well, I guess it's time to get to work. Just then, the shed door opens and 2 people come in and restrain me. They bind my wrists together and throw me onto the ground. The male in the group goes and unties my wife. "Are you all right, Jill?" "I'm fine, Dad," Jill says. Cutting it a little close, this twisted fuck was just about to kill me. Jill muses.